The breaking news about Team Trump's reckless disregard for U.S. national security. According to documents reviewed by the Washington Post, as well as interviews with 3 U.S. officials, White House National Security Advisor Mike Waltz has done it again. He and members of the National Security Council have, quote, conducted government business over personal Gmail accounts, end quote. Washington Post reporting this, quote, a senior Waltz aide used the commercial email service for highly technical conversations with colleagues at other government agencies, including sensitive military positions and powerful weapon systems relating to an ongoing conflict. That is according to emails that were reviewed by the Washington Post. Waltz has had less sensitive but potentially exploitable information sent to his Gmail, such as his schedule and other work documents.
Let me tell you a quick story. Back in around 2009, 2010, I was a staff sergeant in the Marine Corps, and I was stationed with the 13th MU. But my battalion was CLB 13, Command Logistics Battalion 13. Some of the junior Marines hated some of the things that we were doing. Hell, in full disclosure, a lot of staff NCOs didn't like what the hell we were doing there. Some of the officers too. And they would call it Cell Block 13. So shout out to all the people on the cell block. This is me in 2009, 2010. Look, I don't lie about my career. That is not a deployment pic. I was at Mojave Viper and we were cleaning weapons. I saw the weapon, took a picture of it, thought it was cool. Moving on. But at CLB 13, I was a port supply coordinator, and my job was to be at the port and to do my job at the port. I'm not going to give away any sensitive information. One of the issues was communicating with me while the Marines and the sailors were on the ship. And someone came up with the idea of, hey, let's use Google Docs or let's use Facebook to relay certain messages. All right, kids, now remember, this is 2009, 2010, and Facebook had came out in 2004. It was just starting to get popular around 2009, 2010, and MySpace was going away. That's a whole nother story. Damn, saying that, I know I look old, but now I feel old. Damn, that hurt. Let's come up with the CLB 13 supply detachment Facebook page, so all of us, we can put pictures on there, we can talk to family, we can have that kind of thing. And as a matter of fact, the staff sergeant that's out at the port, he can, let us know what's going on with what gear and things like that. But before we did that, we went to our security guys and our intel guys to see if this was something that we could do. We were shot down wholeheartedly. Now, they were respectful. He was respectful. He said that we couldn't do it. He lists the regulations as to why we couldn't do it, and we left it at that. We had to find other more secure methods to deliver my information to the ship. And lucky for me, I had a security clearance that they had to activate so I can go into a secure building and go into a secure room so I can do what I do. Now, this is me, lowly little old staff sergeant me, worrying about how can I get my information to the ship so they'll know what's going on and how I can do my job and how they can do their job and make the whole MU successful as far as my little world was concerned. You have the National Security Advisor emailing certain items with Gmail. Scratch all that. Just scratch everything that he sent or allegedly sent. Let's go with just security reasons. He was sending his calendar on Gmail. That's his own personal safety. He's jeopardizing his own personal safety. Now, what if some enemy of ours wanted to get at the National Security Advisor because he couldn't advise the president on national security issues? Well, hell, all they got to do is hack his Gmail account and find out what his 5 W's are. And they got him. Now, most people have heard this phrase, but they don't really know the origin of it. Have you ever heard of Keystone Cops? Well, Keystone Cops was this bumbling group of police officers that was some slapstick comedy from the silent film generation from 1912 to 1917. And if you just looking at the video, you can tell they were just a bunch of idiots running around just trying to maintain order, but they're doing most of the messing up. That's the Trump administration. They're just stumbling and bumbling and trying to figure this thing out. And one would think, the first term, okay, I get it. You're a new president. You're trying to figure everything out. You had 4 years to come up with a solid, strategic, 48 laws of power, order war plan. But you're stumbling and bumbling around like Keystone Cops, Who in the hell, national security advisor, supposedly the expert in national security, sending sensitive, potential classified information on Gmail? Tell me why this guy not fired again? Democrats, keep the pressure on. At a minimum, this guy is going to get fired. What do you think?